Okay, welcome back, everyone. We are doing our daily live for reclaiming our supreme authority over our reality, focusing on the law of assumption to do so. Tonight, we're going to keep going with my supreme authority script workshop that we've been following along to. If you are new, check out the other ones and come on back. To everybody else, we're going to keep going. The only thing I want to do before we dive in is get into our bodies, get into a place of remembering that you are already the supreme authority. It's already happening. This is just a reminder for the mind. This is a rewiring of those beliefs that were implanted in us into this reality, because we are the entire reality, right? And we are just revising them. We're seeing how illogical they are. We are revising them. And every time we do that, we are reclaiming who we really are. So take a big breath in and out, and really bring your awareness from the head, but also into the heart, solar plexus, creative center, sacral womb, all the way to the root. Bring it down into the ground, into the earth below you, into the room in front of you, the room behind you, everything above you, the sky above you. It's all you. You're not just this body. You are this entire reality in this moment, here and now. There is no other. And as you do this, you will be shifting through all your realities. And we're just stabilizing the one that is your wish fulfilled, where no matter what, you always know with unwavering confidence that you are the supreme authority. All right, let's listen in.
And then there's the fear. You continue, your voice a low, seductive growl. They'll use threats, subtle or not, to make you afraid of losing them, afraid of what might happen if you don't do what they want. But here's the thing. Fear is their weapon, but it's not yours. You don't play with fear. You don't let it control you. You face it and you dissolve it, because you are the one in charge. You are the one who decides what happens in your reality. And in your reality, there is no place for fear, no place for guilt, only power, only authority, only you. Confronting the deception of false accusations and intrigue. Inner Conversation, LLC 2025, 44. You turn to the next tactic, false accusations and intrigue. These are the mind games that leave you spinning, questioning yourself, doubting your own reality. They'll accuse you of things you haven't done, you say, your voice sharp, cutting through the fog of confusion. They'll try to make you feel like you're the one who's wrong, like you're the one who's out of line. But here's what you need to remember. They're projecting. They're taking their own guilt, their own insecurities, and they're throwing them at you. But you don't catch them. You don't accept them. You let them fall to the ground because they don't belong to you. You're not the problem. You're the solution. You're the one who sees clearly, who knows the truth. And the truth is, they're the ones who are afraid. They're the ones who are out of control, not you. You see the understanding start to dawn on their faces, the way they're beginning to see through the lies, the manipulation. And then there's the intrigue. You continue, your voice a seductive purr that wraps around them like a protective shield. They'll drop vague hints, say things that are designed to make you anxious, to make you curious, to make you want to dig deeper. But that's their game, not yours. You don't play their game. You don't chase after their crumbs. You stay centered, grounded in your power. You remind yourself that you are the one in control, that you are the one who decides what's important, what matters. And what matters is your power, your authority, your command, navigating the traps of covert narcissism. The next part of the session dives deep into the tactics of covert narcissists, those who hide behind a mask of humility, who use subtle manipulation to get what they want. They're sneaky.
So we're going to go a little bit deeper in this session. One thing I want you to remember, I mean, technically the 3D is like the most covert narcissist, right? In a sense, and others are reflecting that. Again, as long as we still have parts of us where we believe that the 3D is superior to us, it is empowered, and we are submissive to it or reactive to it. like I talked about this yesterday, like the 3D doesn't actually care. It's very indifferent, right? It's just reflecting whatever is dominant within you, especially the unconscious stuff, especially the stuff that happened when we were, being raised. And so it's like you see these things that are happening, and if you need to get mad, get mad. If you need to get upset. But then as we reclaim our power and we learn to kind of get past the manipulation tactics of it, we then can reclaim it and realize, okay, no more dualistic wills, no more separate wills. Because at the end of the day, the antithesis of all of this is we still have that belief that there's a separate will, a separate reality out there. And so for me, it's like, okay, we have to uncover the mass and the manipulations where I still was getting caught up and not even realizing it was happening. Then take it back, learn to not take it personally, reclaim who I am, and then revising it. So again, now the 3D is actually reflecting me and my will, not some separate will that was controlling me. Let me know if that makes sense. So the people that, are doing this, or the 3D that's doing this, it's like first we learn the tactics, we not figure it out, but we see it for what it is, so we don't fall for it, right, anymore. And then we reclaim it, and then we can learn to like do the gray rock or whatever, but then also revise it to I'm in charge. There's only one will. Now you only reflect my will. No more dualistic wills.
You say, your voice dropping to a whisper, but still carrying that electric charge that makes the room buzz with energy. They play the long game. They don't come at you head on. They come at you sideways with compliments, with concern, with kindness that feels just a little too forced. And before you know it, you're caught in their web, questioning yourself, doubting your instincts. But here's what you need to remember. Your instincts are always right. You are always right. You don't second guess yourself. You don't let their mask fool you. Inner Conversation, LLC, 2025, 45. See them for what they are and you act accordingly. You hold your power, your authority, and you don't let them pull you off course. You see them nodding, feeling the truth of your words, feeling the strength that comes from trusting themselves, from seeing through the deception. Covert narcissists thrive on confusion. You continue, your voice like honey dripping over a blade. They want you to doubt, to question, to feel like you're losing your mind. But you don't play that game. You stay clear, focused in your power. You know who you are. You know what you want. And you don't let them sway you. You are the one who commands, who decides, who creates. And in your reality, there is no place for their games, their manipulation. Only power, only clarity, only you.
Okay, so we'll end that section there for tonight. What I would focus on with this is, at least for me, where I would get so caught off guard with my manifesting is because so many of my relationships or relationships to the 3D, came from this upbringing where there was so much control abuse and like covert stuff. When I would get confused, when I would like question if something was right or wrong, like I would revise the person and I'd always kind of like do it from a place of like I did something wrong, versus kind of being like, okay, this is a state of confusion, and in my reality there's only one will, and now in my world everyone only brings me clarity. Everyone only brings me clarity. They bring me ease. They bring me just like a sense of peace, a sense of relief. And this to me is where, instead of getting into the dynamics of how do I revise them, how do I revise myself, like what do I make, the whole confusion spiral that is a state, it's like, no, I don't care. No matter what, in my reality, everyone only brings me clarity. And if they can't, they're only the people that bring clarity come through. And they come from me. I don't need to go figure out somebody else in their separate will, because there's only me in my world. There's only me in my reality. So I'm only projecting out people that bring clarity. And if it is someone from the past, that represents this kind of covert manipulation tactics, whatever. What I've found, again, is just to really work on that self-concept of like, whoever I'm talking with, there's only clarity. And if there's not, right, the only thing I want to be focused on is like feeling clarity in my body and being around people that are just like easy, clear. They empower my sovereignty. They empower my divinity. They empower my wish fulfilled. And there will be those tugs to kind of go back to those relationships and figure it out or condition yourself in some way. And this to me is so much of the process, is putting yourself first, putting yourself as the center of your reality, the God of your reality, and saying, I'm not responding to any of this until I feel perfect clarity. And everyone that shows up in my reality reflects that clarity. And at least for me, there were like days, and still are sometimes, the impulses are not as strong, but it would be like one after the other, all these impulsive relationships I had where I didn't realize how much I was conditioning myself for them, how I was kind of at their beck and call and like figuring out the confusion for them and meeting all their needs and on, that I was like, wait, okay. As I kept coming into my center and being, the supreme authority of my reality, and I started putting my clarity first and my dominion first, and I would not respond to the outer world and put those relationships, like, we'll just put them to the side until I know what feels right for me, if at all. Even by the next day, when you break a pattern like that and you reclaim it and you eat it and you're just like, I just only clarity in my life, only people that bring clarity, only people that really empower me and understand me and show me they are me, they know me intimately. As you start declaring that and prioritizing that, I mean, to me, that's like the ultimate rebuilding of our self-concept of who we really are. Because if you're God of your reality, then you're not here to figure out other people's problems or navigate relationships that are confusing. Everyone is here. They are you. They're here to reflect your clarity. They're here to reflect your wish fulfilled, not half-hearted, not half measures, not here are my problems, fix them for me. No, there's one will, one reality, and everyone in my world reflects that clearly. And that can be a really powerful decree. And it's a powerful way to get back your energy, especially where we still have these hidden dualistic wills, opposing wills, right? And so whether it's an SP or it's money or anything that has to do with others, it's like, I don't negotiate, I don't compromise, I don't know. I only have clarity. I only have others that reflect my full wish fulfilled. I only have others that are reflecting my true empowerment and who I really am as the full authority. Nothing else is tolerated, and you pull your energy from that. Because as you take your awareness and direct it onto full clarity, full authority, full empowerment, now you are really not only reclaiming all this energy, and you're learning to really be decisive with your awareness. But now we're finally getting to a place where it makes sense that everyone is you pushed out, because when others start to reflect you clearly, and there's not others reflecting games and separate agendas and separate wills, okay, now we're really into who you really are. And everyone is now actually you pushed out. Everything gets a little bit more simpler, a lot more powerful. And I find too, the momentum of creating the inner world to the outer world, now it starts to really match up, where before there was a lot of distortion. So give it a try. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and we'll continue tomorrow.